Chapter 1: Opening the Mind. Yoshua Bengio once said that the true measure of a leader is not how many followers they have, but how many leaders they make. This simple yet profound observation sets the tone for everything we will explore today. In his early years as a student in Canada, Bengio discovered that the best ideas often came from quiet observation rather than loud debate. He reminds us that wisdom is listening more than speaking, and that leadership demands a willingness to learn from every interaction. A story from Bengio's teaching career illustrates this. During a lecture on artificial intelligence, a question from a shy student challenged a widely accepted theory. Instead of dismissing the query, Bengio thanked the student, explored the idea together, and later incorporated it into his research. The result was a breakthrough that influenced millions of people worldwide. This episode shows that the most effective leaders remain open and curious, never assuming they already know the answer. There are 3 core principles that emerge from Bengio's experience. 1. Humility as the foundation of wisdom. Leaders admit what they do not know and seek expertise wherever it resides. 2. Persistent inquiry. Asking questions drives discovery and prevents stagnation. 3. Empathy for perspectives that differ from your own. Diverse input expands the range of solutions. To practice humility, start each day by identifying one area you are uncertain about. Ask a colleague, read a text, or experiment until you feel more confident. To nurture inquiry, write down 3 questions before every meeting and pursue the answers. To develop empathy, schedule conversations with people whose values or backgrounds contrast yours and genuinely listen to what they share. Concluding this chapter, remember that wisdom is a habit and leadership is its application. If you grow curious, humble, and empathetic, your influence will become natural rather than forced. Like, share, and subscribe for more wisdom and leadership. Reflective question: how can you turn one unknown area in your life into a learning opportunity for growth today? Chapter 2: The Rules of Wise Leadership. Bengio believes that effective leadership has a simple blueprint, drawn from centuries of philosophical thought and refined through modern science. He once noted that leaders who blend data and intuition outperform those that rely on one alone. This balance is essential, especially when navigating uncertainty. The first rule is evidence-based decision-making. In one of his research projects, Bengio encouraged his team to test every hypothesis, rejecting the most elegant idea if it failed to perform. The result was a model that consistently outperformed competitors. Leaders can adopt this rule by setting measurable goals, collecting feedback, and revising strategies when data suggests improvement is needed. The second rule focuses on collective curiosity. Bengio created an environment where team members could propose their own experiments without fear of criticism. He highlighted that leadership is not about dictating outcomes, but about fostering experiments. A practical example: if you're leading a project, create a sandbox session where ideas are shared freely. Record all ideas and revisit them after a fixed period, evaluating their feasibility. The third rule emphasizes long-term perspective. Bengio cautions against short-term fixes that obscure deeper problems. One of his quotes reflects this: "Solutions that last create new standards." Applying this requires leaders to ask, if we solved this problem, what new challenges might arise, and preparing for them. Closing the chapter, the essence of wise leadership is a blend of data, shared curiosity, and foresight. Leaders who embed these rules in their daily routine will guide teams to sustainable success and innovation. Like, share, and subscribe for more wisdom and leadership. Reflective question: when faced with a pressing decision, how can you integrate data, collaborative input, and long-term thinking into your choice? Chapter 3: Walking the Path of Wisdom. Bengio's own life is a testament to the principles he teaches. After being invited to conduct research at university, he refused to stay on a prestigious fellowship, choosing instead to remain with his team in a modest lab. He believed that true impact requires depth, not fame. Later, when offered a lucrative position in industry, he declined again, preferring to cultivate a research environment where ideas could grow without commercial pressure. Another example of his path is when he faced a major setback, a publication that did not meet expectations. Rather than blame colleagues, Bengio examined the process, invited candid feedback, and redesigned his experiment. This resilience earned him resilience badges in the scientific community and led to a breakthrough paper that earned him global recognition. Bengio's daily practice of mindful reflection showcases his leadership. He sets aside time each evening to journal his interactions and decisions, asking, "Did I act with humility? Did I listen? Did I create space for new ideas?" This simple ritual keeps him grounded and focused on growth. For those in everyday life, emulate Bengio's willingness to stay present in the role that matters most to you. If you lead a project at work, choose the tasks that align with your long-term goals. If you face a criticism, use it as a data point rather than a personal attack. By reflecting daily on your leadership actions, you turn each day into a stepping stone toward wisdom. In summary, Bengio's story teaches that wisdom is achieved by consistent choice, not by external validation. To follow his example, stay committed to your core values, persevere through failures, and keep learning through honest reflection. Like, share, and subscribe for more wisdom and leadership. Reflective question: what everyday decision can you make today that reflects a commitment to long-term learning instead of short-term gains? Chapter 4: Applying Wisdom in the Modern World. In today's fast-moving society, the principles of wisdom and leadership must adapt to new challenges such as digital communication, rapid change, and global collaboration. Bengio's insights remain relevant because they focus on human qualities and data that transcend contexts. First, cultivate a growth mindset online. If you are a manager, encourage teams to iterate on digital products by setting up quick feedback loops. Use analytics to guide improvements, but also solicit user stories that reveal emotional needs. This dual approach mirrors Bengio's blend of evidence and intuition. Second, create inclusive virtual spaces. When leading remote teams, send a personal note before any meeting, acknowledging each member's background. This gestures of empathy build trust and open channels for creative input, echoing Bengio's rule of collective curiosity. Third, align short-term digital goals with long-term social impact. If you create a new app, ask whether it will support learning or community well-being over the next 5 years. A sustainable product will stand out from fleeting trends. Fourth, practice mindful delegation. Bengio recommends giving team members ownership of experiments, allowing them to set their own hypotheses and learning from both successes and failures. This develops leadership within everyone and increases collective wisdom. Finally, stay curious about emerging technologies. Subscribe to research journals, join online forums, and attend workshops. By continually expanding your knowledge base, you mirror Bengio's habit of continual learning. Concluding this chapter, applying wisdom today means marrying data with empathy, fostering experimentation, and keeping sight of a broader purpose. When you do so, you inspire others to grow, and your organization thrives. Like, share, and subscribe for more wisdom and leadership. Reflective question: how can you redesign one of your current projects to incorporate both measurable outcomes and authentic human connection? Chapter 5: The next step in your wisdom journey. After learning from Yoshua Bengio's life and teachings, you have a set of tools to elevate your personal and professional growth. The journey of wisdom and leadership is not a destination, but a continual refinement of habits and beliefs. The key takeaways are: 1. Humility unlocks learning. Never assume you have all answers, ask for input, and study every feedback. 2. Curiosity drives innovation. Maintain a list of questions and pursue answers through research, conversation, and experimentation. 3. Empathy builds trust. Value diverse perspectives and listen deeply before you respond. 4. Data guides decisions. Pair measurable evidence with intuitive sense to make balanced choices. 5. Focus on long-term impact. Always consider how today's actions shape tomorrow's reality. To continue improving, you can set small, measurable goals each week. A new question to ask, a new perspective to seek, a new metric to analyze. Keep a journal, reflect weekly, and adjust accordingly. Share these insights with a mentor or peer, inviting feedback and creating a continuous loop of growth. As you move forward, remember that wisdom is an ongoing conversation between your mind, the world, and those around you. Leadership becomes powerful when it is rooted in continual learning, mutual respect, and a clear vision for future improvement. Like, share, and subscribe for more wisdom and leadership. Reflective question: what single action will you take this week to deepen your practice of humble curiosity and shared wisdom?